If you need a hot meal in under 5 minutes that costs less than a pound, you make beans on toast. It is the ultimate dorm room staple and the default dinner of the British working class. But that reputation is a modern illusion. The original dish was completely out of reach for a normal family. It wasn't created to save money, and its main ingredient wasn't even British. To find where this plate comes from, we must strip away those assumptions and travel back to 1894, to peak high society Victorian London. The history of beans on toast is a story of complete class inversion. It is a dish that started at the top of the social ladder and worked its way down. In the late 19th century, London's Piccadilly Circus was an epicenter of wealth, formal fashion, and elite culture. In 1886, the American company Heinz began shipping their canned baked beans across the Atlantic to the UK for the first time. At the time, they weren't sold in local grocers. They were pitched as an exotic American delicacy, sold exclusively at the luxury department store Fortnum & Mason. Just down the street from that department store, the very first Lyons Tea Rooms opened on Piccadilly in 1894. The chefs at Lyons began experimenting with this high-end import. They took the canned beans, warmed them up, and poured them over buttered toast as a midday snack to accompany tea. This combination was originally engineered for Victorian elites to enjoy during a leisurely afternoon. Heinz Corporate eventually noticed that their luxury import was gaining significant traction among the London upper class. Seeing a much larger opportunity, Heinz launched the Joy of Living marketing campaign in 1927. They took the specific recipe from the Lyons Tea Rooms, beans over buttered toast, and promoted it as the standard way to serve the product. This chart shows the shift in their business model. They repositioned the dish into a fast, cheap, and nutritious meal for the masses. By dropping the price, Heinz drove massive nationwide sales, moving the product into the average pantry. This was a deliberate effort to strip away the dish's original prestige to reach a much wider demographic. Heinz didn't invent the dish. Instead, they identified a successful high society snack and used commercial scale to turn it into a working-class staple. With the outbreak of World War II, the British economy entered an era of severe food rationing. Families often spent hours in queues just to secure basic protein. The Ministry of Food took control of the nation's diet, using the Kitchen Front campaign to tell the public which supplies were essential for survival. During this period, the government officially classified Heinz baked beans as an essential food, exempting them from some of the harshest restrictions. Crucially, bread was never rationed in the UK during the war, making it one of the few items always available to the public. Combining protein-rich beans with readily available toast created an ideal, filling meal. For many families, this wasn't a choice. It was a survival mechanism that fit the reality of their kitchen. Years of relying on this meal during wartime cemented the combination into the national culture. The dish on the modern plate is the result of three specific shifts: a Victorian luxury in 1894, a mass-market rebranding in 1927, and the economic pressures of a global war that turned a corporate recipe into a national identity.